Good morning, beloveds. It's 9 o'clock in the morning and my AC is running, and it's the beginning of April. This could be an interesting summer. Although we do have some weather coming, and the high is going to be in the 60s for like Thursday and Friday. So, should be interesting. All right. It is April 4th. Our title is Divine Love Heals Me. This is a reading from Claudine Whitaker, published in the Creative Thought, which is one of the, I think that was the original Science of Mind magazine. And it was published in February 21st, 1965. So, all right. Divine love heals me. And there's a Bible quote. Then shall thy light break forth as the morning, and thine health shall spring forth speedily. God is love, and love is infinitely healing. Divine love is flowing through my mind and my emotions, dissolving in my consciousness all hard thought and hard feelings towards others, and healing the resultant manifestations in my body. If any part of my body needs healing, divine love is now restoring it to wholeness. Love purifies whatever needs cleansing, banishes infection, completely dissolves any false growth. Divine love fills me with harmony, health, and vigor. The warmth of divine love permeates my affairs, melting away any obstructions to the perfect circulation of God's good. The creative power of God is now flowing freely in my life, healing me of lack and frustration. Divine love heals me of fear, anxiety, confusion, and doubt. It makes my faith strong and unswerving. God is light, and in God is no darkness. Therefore, I trust the light of pure love to guide me safely, serenely, steadily. I do not need to see the way ahead, for God knows it. God is my security. Well then. Yes, no, I'm fully on board with this. I like that she starts with, she starts with the statement that God is love and love is infinitely healing. And it is. Love can go a long way to healing a whole lot. Both body, mind, and soul. So, definitely that's one of those things when we choose to love ourselves, it can heal a whole lot, especially our past. As women, we can have this challenge because we are told by society and culture and religion and all of that to be so many different and conflicting things that it's hard to love ourselves. And yet, when we do learn to love ourselves, it can heal a whole lot of the nonsense of our past. We can look back at our past and go, okay, I see where the conflicting information was confusing. And really, honestly, when you learn to love yourself, then a whole lot of that conflicting information just simply ceases to matter. I'm not going to tell you it goes away, but it ceases to matter. When you learn to determine who you are for yourself, rather than who you've been told that you need to be, it goes a long way. It goes a long way. I also enjoy, or really like that she said, divine love is flowing through my mind and my emotions, dissolving in my consciousness any hard thought and hard feelings towards others, and healing the resultant manifestations in my body. There are several places in the Bible where if you have anything against, I don't remember where it is, but Jesus even says it. If you have anything against your brother, anything against your sibling, go and heal that before you come to the altar. So when we hold hard thoughts, when we hold animosities, when we are angry at other people, whether legitimately or it's in our minds, it affects the body. It affects the body, and it can create things. I mean, Anger is one of the things that creates ulcers. There's science. You can go look it up. And so she's taking that stance of, hey, you know what? If you're holding anything against anybody else, including yourself, let's let divine love get in there, work through that, let that stuff go. Now, if you have a legitimate reason to be angry with somebody, then yeah, take the steps that you need to remedy that situation, but don't hold that anger. Because Buddha says holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. The anger will do far more harm to you than it will to the other person. And when you have real reasons to be angry with another, then speak your truth. And if they don't hear you, then question yourself: do you need them in your life? Sometimes. And I've heard it said many times, sometimes we have to accept the apology we're never going to get. Because of the toll that it takes on our body. So I appreciate that she started there. I see you decided to turn up, Foster. And I also like where she says, love purifies whatever needs cleansing, banishes infection, completely dissolves any false growth. Divine love fills me with harmony, health, and vigor. When we don't know what to do, then we go to the source of our own being. We plug into the source of divine love. And then she ends it by saying, God is light, and in spirit there is no darkness. Therefore, I trust the light of pure love to guide me safely, serenely, and steadily. I do not need to see the way ahead, for God knows it, and God is my security. Jesse was talking about that on Sunday. When we don't know what to do, Emmett Fox says the solution to every problem is to think about God. What? She says the same thing. She's saying, you know what? When you don't know what to do, when your emotions are out of control, go to the source of your own being. Go to God. We don't need to see the whole path. We just need to see a couple of steps in front of us. That's our light. And then we trust God that God will light the rest of the path. We just have to go. And so no matter what is going on, you cannot go wrong by plugging into the source of your own being and going to that infinite source of love, divine love. And we are, whatever else we are in this world, divine channels for that love. It is through us, each and every one of us, that love enters into the material plane. And when we remember that and we open up that flow, because we're getting in our own way. I went to see the Dungeons and Dragons movie last night, and that was one of those points is, one of the characters figured out he was getting in his own way. That's what she's talking about. Get out of your own way. Go to the source of your own being. Go to the source of divine love. Trust in that divine love. And trust in that to be the healing balm that it is. And I do encourage you to learn to love yourself. And by opening up to the divine love, that's a good way to start. And sometimes loving other people is easier, but that's the work. Learning to love yourself, learning to love each other, learning to love all living beings, learning to see that what is around us is the divine all the time. And it doesn't mean we tolerate bad behavior, and it doesn't mean we don't get angry. But what it does mean is that we make appropriate uses of those emotions, and we don't store them and allow them to affect our body. All right. So, apparently I have thoughts. I have thoughts on the divine healing. So, the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to trust the light. To trust the light of that divine love to guide us safely, serenely, and steadily. And what that means is that we do the regular practice. We regularly go to the source of our own being. We do regular meditations, and we do regular affirmations, and we do regular treatments, and we practice. That's why we're called practitioners. We practice. We do this every day in some way or form or whatever. And it can take as little time or as much time as you have to give to it. Although I will tell you, I think it's Buddha, or it could be the Dalai Lama, that said, if you don't have time, if 10 minutes of meditation is good, but if you don't have time to meditate, you should meditate for an hour. Make time for yourself. Make time to regularly connect with the source of your own being. That's the mission. It's a mission every day. And part of that can be that the next thing, which is where I suggest you do the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself. It is a spiritual practice, but it is also about connecting with the source of your own being. I encourage you to practice on yourself. You are your own best test subject. You get immediate feedback. But you deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. And when you practice that on yourself, and I am encouraging you to create a habit of this, a first response, when you do that, you are connecting with the infinite source of love, the infinite source of kindness, the infinite source of compassion. You are creating a bank for yourself that you can draw upon anytime, especially when you meet people who need a little extra. And when there are going to be days that you are going to need a little extra, and you have that well-worn path, the bank manager knows you and is willing to cash those checks when you show up, of love, kindness, and compassion. There are days that we step out on that path and we don't know what's going to happen. Well, when we greet it with love, kindness, and compassion, then no matter what happens, we're going to be okay. That's why I encourage you to practice on yourself. Take a deep breath before you speak. That's an easy one. Take a nap. Everything works better if you turn it off and turn it back on again, including us. Take a walk. Exercise is super important for mood support. There's a lot of science behind that. And then I also say, and I make no bones about it, it is self-care. This is a spiritual practice of self-care. But I also say sometimes eat dessert first. And that looks like making room for joy. Our life is a special occasion. We may only come this way once. Treat it as such. Don't save the good stuff. Do it now. Do it now. Use the good china. Use the nice glasses. Use the nice silverware. Eat the good stuff. Drink the good stuff. Wear the nice clothes. Although I'm always going to choose comfortable over nice. So, that's who I am. Make room for joy. You're a beloved child of God. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. And you deserve joy. So, make room for it in your life. Make time for it in your life. Practice. Okay. I think the usual suggestions. Do something to engage your mind and your body today. We had a nice walk. It's definitely warm out there, so I'm looking forward to the weather coming in that'll drop the temperature a little bit. I do encourage you to drink plenty of water. Your brain works better when it's hydrated. And if you're going to deal with divine love and all this emotional stuff, hydrate. It'll make you feel better. I do encourage you to get early in your day, bright light. The sun never quite got out from behind the clouds, but it was nice. And artificial light does work if we're not going to see the sun for like the next 4 days. It's just, and I'm looking forward to the weather. So, artificial light. It's called a circadian rhythm. It is a hormone balance. It is science. You can look it up. But that early in your day, especially if you get up before the sun, will help. It will help. You'll have more energy during the day. You'll sleep better at night. It's science. You can look it up. All right. Moving forward. My Ernest Holmes quote. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. Channeling divine love that's definitely opening the windows of your soul. It's about looking around and seeing that it's all God. And that it can be good. The material realm is messy. I know that. You know that. But the source of it is divine, and the source of it is love. And it means that we have the power to change it. So open the windows of your soul and recognize that heaven is a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. And all of us can get there. All of us can get there. And it takes practice. It does take practice. But that's okay. That's okay. We're here to do it together. As Ram Dass says, we're all just walking each other home. So take him as advice. Look for the good and praise it. It's a great way to start. It's a great way to start. And trust. Trust the light of God. Trust the light. Even if you can't see the whole path, it'll get you there. It'll get you there. You'll be okay. All right. I guess I'm at the part where I remind you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. Please feel free to check all that stuff out. We are particularly proud of our YouTube channels. Mine's a little bit behind, but there's great stuff on both of them. Mine's got 2.5 books on it. So please avail yourself of those resources. And if you want to know what's going on with the center, email info@creativelife.org. That is a constant contact. It comes out once a week, and the hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll take you either right to the information you want or to the person that can help you get it. So avail yourself of that. And we do have a website, which is creativelife.org. And that website, if you go to the Sunday Talks, now takes you to the YouTube channel. So, and I have software now, so we may be starting to get older stuff up too. It's just a matter of connecting audio to video. So, all right. That's what I know. And I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, a remember who you are day, a channel that divine love day, a be willing to allow the healing in day, a trust in the pure light day, a know that it's going to be okay day. Get ready for the weather day. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are a divine spark. You are a brilliant light. You are spirit in action. You are God in motion. You are a godling in whom God is well pleased and well represented always. It's the truth of your being. I know this. I have faith. And I will hold that faith until you can hold it for yourself. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.